right, everybody, welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. In today's video, we're looking at the June 2025 wish list function for the game and who you should pick out of the three characters being Ratio Technique, Kento Nanami, Inherited Curse Technique, Megumi Fushiguro, as well as Don't Underestimate a Puppet Panda. So, to get it right out of the way, I'm going to say out of all these three characters, if you don't have any of them, kind of consider your team composition. Which do you need more? Do you need a more blue units? Do you need more green units? Are you needing more attackers? Or are you going to need more defenders? Spoiler alert, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, the character I chose was Kento Nanami. But there's stipulations with that. I have him dupe 2, I have him dupe 2, I have him dupe 5. I don't need this panda. And I think if you are going into this and you have none of those characters, your best bet is probably going to be like maybe this Megumi, I'd probably say, honestly, maybe this Megumi, but either one, I would say you can't really go wrong. They're both good options. These are both like the standard SSR banner units that came out when the game was here, and I believe this is like the last batch of those units that have not been done on Wishlist. So whenever the next Wishlist function comes out, we should be getting newer banner units that come out. Maybe the domain expansion Megumi, hopefully. That would be nice. But until then, let's just talk about what we got right here. So, all right, Ratio Technique, Kento Nanami. Let's take a look at him. He's a attacker, balanced. Yeah, he's got a balance on both Taijutsu and... So he's a very, very good unit. They both him and Megumi both have SP buffs. This panda does not yet, but you can look forward to him possibly getting some in the future. So he's able to Black Flash. At the start of turn 9, increase his own abilities. When Black Flash is performed, increase his own Black Flash rate by for 3 turns. Very, very good. His skill 1 is deals melee combined damage equal to 89% and 89% Jujutsu to a selected enemy. That's after his SP buffs, so just consider that when going into this. This is all post SP buffs that we're looking at. Increase own critical hit rate by 83% for 4 turns. Increase his own break damage by 83%. For 4 turns. Very, very good skill, honestly. Yeah. Let's just take a look. It deals melee combined damage equal to 211 Taijutsu and 211% Jujutsu to a selected enemy for 4 hits. And after its SP buffs, when critical hit or Black Flash is performed, increases damage dealt further. Very, very nice. As well as ultimate is Ratio Technique Collapse. And that's sitting pretty at, let's see. After its SP buff is deals range combined damage equal to 638.4 Taijutsu and 638.4 Jujutsu to all enemies for 8 hits. That's very, very good. And when critical hit is performed, increased its damage dealt even further. Very, very good. But it also has its SP potential unleashed down here for whenever it does get its SP buffs. Deals range combined damage equal to 800% Taijutsu and 800% Jujutsu to all enemies for 8 hits. Very, very nice. Very good skill. And stops enemies' action for 1 turn with the chance of being 30%. This Nanami is incredible. Very, very good. Very, very good kit. Increases all enemies' taijutsu damage received by 30% for 3 turns. And this is unlockable whenever you master his skill, which is how the SP buff is how it works. Very good unit. Let's check out his auto skills real quick. Overtime work at the start of 9th turn from the start of battle. Recovers own cursed energy by 30. Fills ultimate gauge by 200. And increases own Jujutsu stat by 30%. Very, very good. You're going to hear that a lot. This is a great unit. Great green unit, honestly. Zone Outburst. Increases own Black Flash rate by 200% for 4 turns. Wow. And recovers own cursed energy by 5 when Black Flash is performed. Nice. That's actually not bad at all. Increases Taijutsu and Jujutsu stat. When Black Flash or critical hit is performed, chance 50%. Increases own Taijutsu and Jujutsu stat by 30%. Increases own critical hit rate by 20%. This guy, basically, what you need to know about this guy is he's a breaking. He does good break damage. He does good crit damage. He does a lot of Black Flashes. He's a very crit king. He's the crit king right there. So, very, very good unit. But how's it look in conjunction with this Megumi Fushiguro, who I think is also a very good option. Let's take a look. So he's a blue agitator. I think that's interferer or whatever. I don't know. I gotta double check that in the game. But he's a 25,000 HP, 8,666 taijutsu, and 8,875 jujutsu. He doesn't Black Flash, but on his skill 1 at level 10 is 150% taijutsu to select an enemy, and if your Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own break damage by 100%, deals 31 jujutsu damage to the selected enemies, and ignore darkness state when Divine Dog is attacking. Very nice. I'd say this is kind of weaker compared to the Nanami's first skill, but yeah, we'll keep going here. So this new A is very good though. Deals 199.9% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy and stuns the selected enemy for 1 turn, chance at 120%, as well as increases the selected enemy's Jujutsu damage received by 15% for 3 turns. Ignore darkness state when attacking, and if Divine Dog Totality is active, increases own break damage by 100%, deals 360% Jujutsu enemy to the selected enemy. Ignore darkness. Yeah, solid. It's got a stun chance on it, which is very good. Stuns for 100%, 120%. This is going to be one of the more valuable things to utilize when you're using this Megumi is the stun. Very good. It saved me a couple times. This skill, however, is just a solid 20 and deals 400% Jujutsu damage to all enemies. Not bad. Not a bad skill. It's Divine Dog Totality. Activates Divine Dog Totality, and that's where it gets these extra boosts to hears because he comes into play. And it disappears after a unit receives a certain amount of damage. Increases own break damage by 100% and deals 1,041% Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. Ignores darkness, that's whatever. If he's already active, changes the skill effect to increase his own break damage. Deals 140% Jujutsu damage. Ignore darkness state. But when it's unleashed, it's activate Divine Dog. We already know that. Divine Dog has 50% maximum HP. Enemies damage dealt 20% will go towards Divine Dog instead of the character. That's not bad. And disappears when its HP reaches 0. Increases break damage by 100%. That was already the same. Difference is it's 120%. Or wait, 1,200%, not 120. Jesus. To the enemy. Not a huge boost from what it was originally, but oh well. It's pretty much the same thing. I would say currently over the two, I'd pick Nanami, which I'm glad I did. Let's check out his skills. So if it's active, increases damage received by, or decreases, sorry, rather. Own damage received by 20%, and he gets a I'll Surpass You, which at the start of battle increases own damage dealt by 80%. 40% if he's Divine Dog isn't active, 20% if he is active. Pairing and contrasting. Okay, on the SP buff, it's 150% instead of the 80%. Oh, and it gets a Jujutsu stat increased by 10%. That's very nice. And increases Jujutsu damage by 15% for 3 turns. Very nice. So, of the two of these, because honestly, let's just be honest, it just comes down to these two. Panda doesn't have... Well, he has buffs, but he doesn't have any buffs, I believe. Yeah, got no SP buffs. Until he gets SP buffs, I'm definitely saying it's either between these two, and I would say the Nanami's the winner. But obviously, you go on to judge it based on your account. You have maybe less blue units. Megumi's a good pickup. If you have less green units, Nanami's a good pickup. They're both solid DPSs. They both kind of focus on break damage. This Nanami more so focuses on crit damage and whatnot. This guy has a little bit of damage reduction because of the Divine Dog, so it kind of depends on your play style. Let's take a look and see the memories. Now, if I'm being entirely honest, if you're doing the memory, if you're choosing a memory, I believe it was this one right here. Let's open this in a new tab. And this one, and what was the other one? Oh, this one. This was the one. Oh shit! I did not mean to pull it up. I guess we'll pull it up. We'll read this one first. So basically, this one is holy shit. Get these stupid ads out of here, dude. I need to get ad blocker for real, honestly. When command skill or ultimate skill is activated, it increases own damage dealt by 40% for 2 turns. I guess I'll read this instead. 45%. If own HP is below when attacking, increases damage dealt by 20%. At the start of turn, if own HP is 50% or below, fills ultimate skill gauge by 1,000. That's very good. Very, very good. I would say that's probably the more valuable. If your HP is low, you just basically get your ult damn near. So it's not a bad one for sure. This is more of a, let's see. This is a pretty balanced one, honestly. So you couldn't go wrong. If you don't have this one, it might be a good pickup. But I think the most important one would probably be this one. Frankly, I use this one way more than any of the others. If you have all the characters you're not interested in, you may want to get one of the recollection bits. This is the one I'd probably get. If you already have this one, maybe get that last one. This Play of the Strong, I don't think I've ever used this Play of the Strong. Oh my god, this is lagging. I need to check my computer. When command skill is activated or ultimate, increases all allies' ultimate gauge charge rate by 35% for 2 turns. That's very, very good. As well as if the selected enemy has been break status, fill your own ultimate gauge by 200. This is probably the best recollection bit on the list. If you're looking for a recollection bit, this is probably the one to choose. Play of the Strong is decent. I mean, I've never personally used it. It says when the skill is activated, increases Taijutsu by 65% for 2 turns. At the start of the turn, if own HP is 50% or below, grants evasion status to self 1 time. That's not bad, but I would say if you're going to choose a recollection bit, this is the one. So let me know in the comments what you guys are going to be choosing for this. I would highly recommend this Kento Nanami. If you already have this Nanami and maybe you want the recollection bit, the one I suggested is probably the best one. I wouldn't suggest getting the Panda. Megumi is a good option, but really kind of your choice depends on your account. You know your account better than anyone. You can't really go wrong either way. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys have a really good night. I'm going to be summoning on Sukuna tonight, so you best believe I'm going to have a good night. But thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.